everyone, and welcome back to Roofing Inside Show. And today we're talking about financing and how roofers can be offering roof financing today. No hassles, no fees. And I'm here with Jacob Simon. Thanks so much for joining us, man.
How's it going?
Good, how are you? So Jacob, we're going to be talking a lot about financing because it's a really hot topic. One of my mentors told me a couple of months ago, and I agree 100%, if you're not offering financing, you should not be in business. Mm-hmm. But the way we do our show here, I don't want to be talking about product. I want to start with the people behind the product. So tell us about your story, what you do for the company, what's your background, and go as early as you want to go.
Yeah, absolutely, I will. So, I've always been interested in entrepreneurship. It's funny, if you ask my parents, I grew up in Canada, and from the age of, I don't know.
So you grew up in Canada and you live in San Francisco?
I do, yeah. So, well, what happened is, the kind of that entrepreneurial, spirit and dream led me to move there. I work in technology, and so San Francisco is kind of the place. It's the mecca of entrepreneurship for technology.
When did you move there?
I moved there in January of 2015, so 2016, so 2 years ago.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I like it.
I mean, Canada to California, that's a big change.
It is a big change, yeah. It is a big change. The people are a little bit different. The weather is a lot different. I came from having, proper winters.
You play
and
hockey?
Snow. I do play hockey. I don't in San Francisco.
You have to. I mean, you're Canadian.
Yeah, well, honestly, it's a stereotype, but I'm telling you, Canadians play hockey. Yeah.
Oh, it's a religion for you.
Yeah, it is. That is the only religion in Canada, exactly. Yeah, no, so I grew up playing hockey.
You look like a hockey player.
I do, yeah. I get that. I mean, on skates especially, I'm 6'8" or whatever, 6'9". But yeah. It's a really fun sport. But unfortunately, San Francisco is not the best place for it. There's, I think, 2 rinks in the entire city.
So how did you move to California? Was it a job opportunity or just looking? Is it your company right now, Hearth, or is somebody else?
Yeah, so it was a previous company. So I finished school, right? And I knew that this is what I wanted to pursue, and I wanted to pursue entrepreneurship. I wanted to build a company. I wanted to do it, in the technology space. And so for me, the only thing that made sense at that point was to go and move to San Francisco, right? And so I found a company that was currently in San Francisco. As a Canadian, I obviously had to have a visa, right? And so I found a company in San Francisco. I joined up with them, and I worked there for a little bit over a year. That was in the advertising space. It was interesting problems, but it wasn't really it didn't keep me excited, And so then I decided, I wanted to look for a new challenge. I wanted to find, an industry that really needed to be kind of shaken up a little bit, that had a lot of room for growth, a lot of room for disruption. And so that's when I kind of found Hearth. So the team had already started working on it when I joined. They'd been in business for, I think, 8 months.
Wow.
And so I joined the team as one of the early engineers. And so I actually, helped build a lot of the product that people use today. And so our kind of mission is we really want to change the face of financing, specifically for home improvements. And so there's a lot of challenges in that space. A lot of homeowners don't really understand financing.
And not many people doing. Like if you look at the auto industry, I think it's like 85-90% of people. I mean, everybody are used to payments, and home improvement, especially roofing. I mean, what's the number? I mean, 1/3, 20%, 10%. But it's growing, which is good.
Yeah, and I think it's growing because of better access to financing. And so it used to be, if you wanted financing, the contractor would show up to the house and say, hey, can you pay for this project? The homeowner would say no. The contractor would say, okay, cool, well, here's an application form. You can send this to your bank, right? You'll hear back in 2 to 4 weeks, right? And so it's hard to close on that actual process because you have no insight into what's going on.
So what's Hearth? Like, what's behind the name, and what's behind the brand? Like, how are you different? And
absolutely. So Hearth, Hearth is a fireplace. It's homey. It's kind of like the center of a home. It's where you gather around and spend time with your family. And so that's the kind of things that we represent as a business, right? We are kind of oriented around the customer. We want to make sure that we service them in the best way, even if sometimes it's not necessarily the best for us. Because at the end of the day, people are tired of finance companies taking the nickel and diming them, taking their money. And
so you broker, you're not a bank.
We broker, exactly. Yeah.
What's the turnaround? Is it first question is big question? Is it turnaround? Is it something I can do while I'm in the house with them?
Absolutely, yeah. And so, we believe that, it's 2018 now, right? You shouldn't be doing paper application forms. You shouldn't be mailing in something, right?
Absolutely.
If you are on site with the person and they need financing, you should be able to find out right then and there if you can get financing. And so that's what we've built, right? It's a website you can go to on a phone, on a tablet, on a desktop. We have a designer who's made it look beautiful on any device, anywhere. And so,
what about a credit pull?
So because we act as a broker, we partner with multiple lenders. And so that's actually really beneficial to the homeowner because then the homeowner can see different options come back, and they're also more likely to see multiple approvals. We go as low as a 540 credit score in some cases. Most individual lenders can't do that because we have multiple lenders. We can, but each of those pre-approved or pre-qualified rates that they're going to see is actually a soft inquiry on the credit, so they can compare a bunch of different options without actually affecting the credit score.
How much does it cost to a contractor?
Yeah, so we do a slightly different model than most financing companies. So we don't charge on a per loan basis. Instead, we charge a small subscription fee. It's $30 for the month or $300 for the year.
How much? $30 a month?
Yeah, $30 a month or $300 for the year.
That's cheap.
Yes.
Really? So just monthly fee
Yes.
and no.
That's it.
Wow.
It's simple. It's very simple. That's the idea.
Wow.
People are used to having really complicated financing processes and having to do, this, that, and the other. We don't do that.
So one thing, because actually one of my companies use financing, and I know we have quite a few denials, and I don't know what's behind it. So let's say somebody have 650, 640 credit score. What's going to happen? They're going to have really high percentage, like bad deal, but still get financed, or are they going to get denied?
Yeah. So there are quite a few factors that come into play. The credit score is a big one. Income is another thing. How much debt they have, right, as a ratio to their income. That's another factor that's important. But for somebody with, let's say, a 640 credit score, we have maybe, I think at this point, 3 lenders who will offer financing to people who have a credit score of that low. The rates they're going to see will be higher, right? Again, depending on their income and their current debt. But when we think about kind of good deals and bad deals, we like to take it on an individual case-by-case basis, right? Because for somebody who has a 550 credit score, a good deal is going to look a lot different than somebody who has a 750 credit score.
Absolutely.
Right, and so by applying through us, they actually have the ability to see multiple options, so they know, are they getting a good option or not? That's much the same way. If you book a flight, where do you book it? You're going to go to Expedia, you go to Google Flights, right? And so when you need to get financed, where do you go? You go to someone who's going to give you multiple different options.
Awesome. How fast contractors gets paid?
Yeah,
so everything is approved. Let's say it's a roof, sell a job, $20,000. Does contractor gets anything up front? Because usually we ask 50% down payment.
Yes.
Work me there.
So the great thing about this is, so first of all, the funding can come in as quick as 24 hours. It can take up to a week, but so let's say you're in a house, you close them on the loan, they will follow up with that lender, which still happens online. It can happen in the home. They're going to need to, in some cases, depending on the credit score, upload income verification. And at that point, they can finalize their application. That's when they get a hard inquiry from just that one lender. And then at that point, it can be as little as 24 hours when the funds land in their account. It's all up front, and then the contractor can structure the payment however they choose.
So homeowner gets money from, okay, if that's the case, what will stop homeowner, the only challenge there I see, what if homeowner gets approved, gets money, and decide not to do the work?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a very legitimate concern a lot of contractors bring up with us. We have kind of some shorter term things we do to help solve that problem, and then a longer term.
So is it a problem? Is it actually happening?
So it's not actually happening, but people are concerned it's happening, right? Okay. And so we still see that as a problem, right? Because if our contractors are concerned, right, then we're not offering the service that we want to offer, which is no headaches, right, no hassles.
Exactly. Well, the challenge I have, so I sign you up, for your roof, $20,000. You finance it, and then, somebody will come behind me and say, I'll do it for $18,000. They already have the money. So even if I get
yeah, so let me talk you through what we do today to help solve that problem.
Sure.
So when you sign up with us, what you're going to get is you're going to get your own branded financing page. So you get your logo on it, you get your company name on it, a custom link. You can send that out to customers. You can also pull it up on your iPad in the house.
Awesome.
And as they apply, the logo is on the entire application process. So they see very much this is a financing service that is offered through you as a contractor.
Awesome.
We also send you text notifications as people apply. So whether you're in the house or you just send out a link, if somebody's applying, we're going to send you a text and say, hey, John Thomas is applying for a loan. John Thomas got approved for a loan. And then we'll actually send you a message and say, hey, he has actually received the money. So you know right away when it happens. So this other contractor might try and come in, 3 weeks later and bid, for $2,000 less on the project, but you've already closed it because you knew right when the money was available.
Wow. Cool. And homeowner can give you like 50% up front.
Anything,
Like,
yeah.
now it's between me and him.
Right.
Because other finance companies, they fund you, not a homeowner,
right.
to solve the problem, but you fund homeowner, not
right. But because we do it up front, we basically allow the contractor.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's huge.
We don't know your business, right? You know your business. So you know if you need 50% to cover, materials and labor,
Awesome.
or if you need 20 or 40 or 80, and we let you kind of make that choice.
I love it. Well, you sold me. I'm definitely going to give it a try. We do use finance company right now, but we do pay origination fee to get those loans, and we get paid direct the same week. Like usually it takes 2-3 days after we finish the project.
Yeah.
But this is interesting.
Yeah. The nice thing with us is you're never going to pay that fee, that dealer fee that
Well, it's affordable. $30 is good.
Right. And one of the best things for that is a lot of contractors are forced to do higher estimates in order to account for the 10% they're going to pay the lender.
Awesome.
So you're always going to come in under those contractors because you can do it for cheaper, because you do it for the real cost of the project.
The last question I have for you, man: how are you gonna survive in California without hockey? I mean, that's your life; it's in your blood. Like, you have to have
it's hard. It's nice to be not too far from the Sharks. So I go down every once in a while and watch the Sharks play. Yeah, but San Francisco also. I'm sure you're aware. It's pretty expensive. There's not a lot of space, so it's not that conducive to having a whole set of hockey gear in your apartment.
Are you gonna be in roller skates? You're gonna try those?
Oh my God, no! Yeah,
Is it different?
It's a little bit different. I did some of that growing up, with friends in the street, whatever. But I never quite picked up, the rollerblades quite the same way as I did skating. So I'm not quite as comfortable.
I think I've seen there is such a thing as like summer hockey, like over in the street.
Oh yeah, they do. I mean, we used to play all the time, just like on our feet, right? Yeah,
if you're Canadian, that's what you do. Like
I'm telling you,
I would never play hockey in the summertime.
Every day after school, like all through the fall, all through the spring, all through the summer. All my friends would get together on the street. We play road hockey. As soon as it starts snowing, we're on the ice.
You guys addicted.
Year round. That's how it works.
It is a religion.
Yeah,
thanks for your time, man. We'll send you some people. Definitely give it a try. Hearth looks like amazing service. Just I owe it to you guys to get your name out there. And best of luck, man.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Take care.